It's your boy Joe Frazier Jr. and Miss Frazier. We are here coming to you live. Welcome to you all on Facebook. Welcome to you guys on IG. And welcome to you who will be viewing it on YouTube at some point in time. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For you guys on YouTube, make sure you go to our page, The Fraziers. Like and subscribe. We're all about living, loving, and laughing. So that's our family motto. But me and Miss wanted to come to you guys today, and I'm going to give it a couple minutes for some more people to hop on. I'm all about punctuality. But again, if you know my wife, she's all about being fashionably late. The great thing about having a yin and yang, right? So we wanted to come to you guys today.
Terrible. You're terrible.
No, that's the truth. Am I lying?
No, you're 100% right.
100%.
You're 100% right, but you gotta let the world know that.
You gotta let the world know that. That's our story. That's the real.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we built this whole live on, is being real from the jump, right?
Yeah.
And fellas, you heard us say I'm 100% right.
100% right.
If you can get your wife to say that, woo, you're on the right track.
But you know what? I'm woman enough to admit that you're 100% right. Because I am always late.
And that's why you're a true queen, because you're willing to keep it real, right?
You're right. You're right. You see how I like how you did that.
Well, how to do it?
Oh, you. That's why you're 100% queen, because you said. You know how
that is what it is.
You know how you did it.
I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? So
this is what I gotta deal with, guys. Okay.
So this is why we're here today. All right. We've been building up. We've talked about healthy relationships and how it starts with building the right foundation. We've talked about manifesting what you want, being specific. Today we're going to talk to you guys about insecurities.
Yeah.
We all got them. Mm-hmm. We all got them. So nobody's perfect. Everybody's coming into a relationship. Even if you're not in a relationship, somebody has some insecurity that they're trying to deal with. Mm-hmm. But again, as I told you last time, it's all about starting, right? You got to start with acknowledging that you got the insecurity. So let's have this conversation today.
Why, babe, why are you yelling? You like yelling?
Am I yelling?
Yeah, let's have this conversation.
Because I'm passionate about it.
Oh, that's what it is.
Passionate about it.
That's passionate.
You know another reason I'm yelling too?
Why?
Because my New York Jets still stink.
Oh.
And I'm so upset.
It's okay.
I don't know if that's an insecurity or trigger, but they do something to me. You know, and I just want you guys to send a prayer for me, because I'm still...
Pray for me. Guys, pray for me.
If you know me, if you truly know me, you grow with me, then you know I don't like losing. I really don't like losing. And it's something about the New York Jets, and I'm a loyal person. It's something about those Jets that just really just get me.
And I normally have the faith, but baby, I think it's time for you just to let it go.
I can.
Let it go. Yes, you can. You can, baby, and it's okay.
I can, but I won't. I won't. I'll say that because I can do anything, you know, because I am just like God. I am part of God, so I can do anything, right? But I'm not going to let them go because I have faith. But what I am going to do, and this is totally off topic, it's not where I was going with it, but I have to share it. I got to get it off my chest. This is what you get
when you don't have anything rehearsed. This is just us.
I got to get this off my chest.
This is just
right?
us.
So every year we go through the same trauma, and it is a trauma. Like, you know, everybody has a much meter. Mm-hmm. You know, some people's much meter is higher than somebody else. Some people can handle more than other people. But when it comes to the Jets, and I'm a very easygoing guy, but when it comes to those Jets, they just really, they get me in a state of negativity.
So baby.
Yes.
I just found this on my nail file, okay?
Right.
What made you become a Jets fan, okay?
Well,
your fans want to know what made you become a Jets fan.
I grew up in the Central Jersey area, and I'm all about, you know, Jets and Giants area. It wasn't the Eagles area, but Jets and Giants. And I said to myself, I said, well, I'm gonna pick the Jets. I like the green, you know. I don't know. But that's not the point. The point is I'm a Jets fan, and there's no turning back because I'm not gonna switch teams.
I was trying to figure out the beginning. How did it start?
That's the beginning. That's the beginning. Okay. I ate the apple. I ate the Jets apple. Okay, and there's no going back. Right?
Green apple.
And I'm sitting in misery.
You should have knew it was a bad apple when it was.
You know, and we talked about manifestation last time.
Yeah, we
did. And this is just me ranting. So just stay with me, please.
Give us a couple minutes.
Just give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna get into the topic.
This is therapy now, guys.
I promise. But you know, I'm with the Jets, and every year we go through the same thing. They're gonna be better. They're gonna thrive. They're gonna. They're just gonna be a champion. You know, I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but they're just gonna look better than they did last year. And every single year, man, I don't know. We talked about manifestation last week, and I think it's because of the negative aura that we've had for so many years that when one thing goes bad, you just feel it. It's like, here we go again.
So we're going to do a topic, okay, probably in a couple of weeks. how we can get you from being a Jets fan to being something else.
It's not gonna happen.
I'm not trying to say you should be you should get another team.
My wife wants me just to enjoy the sport.
Yes.
Okay, but she doesn't understand.
You know me. I didn't have to say it. You see how you read my mind?
Right. As a former athlete,
so amazing.
And going through that competitive drive, you don't watch stuff just to watch it. You watch it because you want to win, right?
Yeah.
But I do need to change my perspective on what winning really means, because I'm not seeing that that's going to happen when it comes to the Jets. So I need to shift, renew my mind, as the Bible says, be transformed by the renewing of my mind. I have to do that when it comes to them. All right. Thank you for hearing me out on that. That has nothing to do. I guess a little bit to do.
I'm sorry.
A little bit to do, because I'm insecure when it comes to watching these games. I just can't deal with it.
It'll be okay, baby.
But let's get into it. Insecurities, right? Insecurities. And here's what I'm going to reiterate what me and Miss talked about in the last show, which is this. At the end of the day, the reason why our marriage and our relationship has been so successful by our terms, right? Everybody's different by our terms, is because we started off real. Mm-hmm. And we started off real from the insecurities that we have, some of the things we wouldn't deal with, some of the things we would deal with, and what we were looking to accomplish. So I say that to say, starting out in anything you do, whether it's a physical relationship, whether it's just knowing yourself, there's 3 things that you need to have when it comes to the blueprint of being able to deal with insecurities in just anything. And that first is always God. Talking to God, seeking His wisdom, seeking Him with all your heart, because He's got the answers, right? Think of a game. If you know the creator of the game and He's connected to you, you're going to go to Him because He created the game. It just makes sense, right? But since He is in you, then the second thing you have to do is you have to learn self. You have to figure out who you are and how you prefer to do things. That's what I do with my clients, is we go through a program and figure out how they prefer to deal with people, places, procedures, and the pace they like to go at. Because if you don't know self, and then you go into the third aspect, which is finding a spouse, right? How are you going to be able to be one with that spouse and then be one with you if you don't even know who you are?
Right.
Right? So it really starts with being real. Knowing God, knowing yourself, and then learning your spouse. So let's get to the spouse end of it up, right? We all have things that we're going into a relationship with that we're carrying over from the last one. Now, maybe it wasn't a physical relationship with someone else, but maybe something had happened to you, because all that we are made up of, right? And I want to see your input. You have questions, anything, chime in. But all we're made up of is our experiences.
Right.
Right? From our environments, from the people we've been around, the places we have been, the things we have seen, that shape and mold us into the person we are right now. So you're going to have some insecurities that you're dealing with from before that you're going to carry into this relationship. Right. And you can use that, all right, because everything's a balance. You can use that as a crutch to hinder that relationship, because if you go into it, as I like to tell Miss, I was Joe 1.5 before she met me. When she got to me, I was 2.0 because of the work I've done on myself.
Right.
Right? We talked about that. So, but chime in. Do you agree with that? What would you say to that? 100%.
Our experience is definitely a major part of who we are.
Right.
You know, I'm definitely grateful for meeting him at the time that I did. You know, I know when I met him, I was very insecure about my stomach. Just like I am now. And he helped me out because he's like, baby, you just had a baby. You just had our child. Don't worry about it.
Right.
But then he also tells me to go to the gym.
Right.
Okay. So he's a realist.
That's help. That's that you need gym for your health.
Right.
Or just to work out, every day.
Right.
Or like you telling me, one day you scratching my back and you said I had a hairy back. Now, I was insecure about my hairy back. Everybody knows now I got a hairy back.
Yeah.
But she was there to support me.
And now he shaves.
And she helps.
On a regular basis.
Right.
And that's good. That's amazing.
Right.
And I don't go to the gym. I don't mind receiving the compliments as you did.
Right.
But I understand. Every time I look in the mirror, I see my stomach.
Right.
Okay? And It's getting better.
It's still, yes, very, very much so. Very much so.
I think I came to accept
And you're
that
still
much.
beautiful. And we're
Thank
still together.
Yes, we are.
Like in living color. But on the real, listen, at the end of the day, we were honest with each other.
100%.
And we were open to the possibility, which is another thing. Being open to that possibility of hearing, whether you call it constructive criticism, people being real, whatever you want to call it, you have to be open to hearing that and taking it in. And, you know, I want to give you guys 7 steps to help you overcome these insecurities. And one of the steps is stop assuming that that insecurity is your fault and or your partner's fault. Right? And
well, my insecurity of my stomach is partially your fault.
It is. Wow. How'd that happen?
Wait a minute. You gave me a baby.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we're not going to go deep into that and how that happened, right? Are we going to do that? No, we're not. No, we're not, okay? But I gave her a baby, and that's all we need to know, right? Because it might be some people don't know. I'm not going to go into that. But, but here's the real talk, right? So, you made me forget what I was going to say. But that's okay.
I apologize.
Stop assuming that the insecurity is your fault and or your partner's. That's where a lot of us fail. We go into the next relationship carrying over all the stuff we've been through on the last one, right? We're going through the next relationship, all the stuff we've been through in the past. Stop doing that. But a lot of times we're doing that is because we're also blaming ourselves, right? You don't need to blame anybody. What you've been through is what you've been through. I believe everything happens for a reason. It's always working for you. It's not happening to you, right? So you have to make sure you understand that. The next thing in how you overcome these insecurities, though, is not thinking it's happening, it didn't happen for you or to you or what have you, it's your fault. But you also have to approach it with curiosity. So now this is the next thing. It's not that it didn't happen. I'm not telling you to act like it doesn't exist because it's there. That's where a lot of us, we fall into problems is because we act like it's not there.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, I don't have any problems. I don't need to do anything like this. No, it's there. You have to approach it with curiosity. And what I mean by that is trying to find out, how did this happen? Right? And I'll give you a perfect example. And I'm using a lot of relationships because that's what the matter of what we're talking about. But this is relevant to anything. Any job you're going into, just leveling up yourself. The objective is to become the best version of yourself. You can never do that staying stuck from where you are right then, from before. But if you had a relationship and say somebody cheated on you, you may go into that next one and say, hey, listen, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to be valued. Everybody's a cheater. All of these self-defeating mindsets that you have, you're bringing into the next relationship.
Right.
So now that person has to feel your wrath because you never dealt with what happened to you in the past. You have to deal with it, but you have to go into it with a curiosity and do some research and dig deep and say, hey, well, where did I grow up? What was my experience? What happened to me? What's happening to me, right? In that case. But knowing that it's all working together for the good, but what happened? Like, be real. And I'll give you this example. It always sticks with me. And I use it all the time, but I think it was such a perfect analogy. I went to Landmark Education, which is like the mecca of all personal developments. I think I was like 18 or 19. My brother exposed me to this, and I'm thankful for that. At the time, I was not ready for that. I can honestly say that. I wasn't ready to take that. But what I did get from it is there was this open forum. It was like an open therapy session. This woman went up on the stage, volunteered to share her story. And her story was the fact that, hey, when I think she was 17, 18, she had gotten raped, right? And she backed it up with saying, after that, this guy ruined my whole life. The instructor, the mentor, the person that was teaching the session, she said, thank you so much for sharing, right? And what I want to say to you is this. The fact is that, yes, you had gotten raped, 100%. Acknowledge that. The story that you're telling yourself that is not helping your case is the fact that he ruined your whole life. That is fiction, unless you make it your reality. And you have to realize those things because there's a lot of stories we're telling ourselves, right? Insecurities are a lot of stories, a lot of things that probably never even happened. Not even true. All men are cheaters. There's no good women out there. All they want is this. All she wants is that. She's a gold digger. Baby mama drama, right? You know, you have to understand there's power in the tongue. So although I'm not negating what you have seen, that is true. That's a fact. But it's not, you don't have enough body of work to say it's all. No,
Right.
nobody's all. Nobody's all a racist. Nobody's all prejudiced. There's no gender, ethnicity, what have you. I'm not negating your experiences, but I'm just trying to tell you that the words you're speaking out and your perspective, if you're going into it with that mindset that everyone is this, everyone is that, and it's in a negative light, is that you're going to manifest that. That is your reality.
Right.
Right. So, who said it? I think it was Henry Ford. He said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're 100% right. Right? Because that will manifest to you. So what you're seeing and then what you're feeling, right? And I'm going to go back to my jet story because I'm going to be direct with you. I'm not going to go off on tangent, I promise. And I'm talking a lot.
Okay.
But when it comes to the Jets, okay, I can honestly tell you my mindset. As much as I'm telling you they're going to win, they're going to win. If something goes wrong, I'm like, oh, shit. They're going to lose this game. They're going to find a way to lose. It's over. It's done. It's a wrap. And I shouldn't think that. And I'm telling you, I'm just being honest. Can I be honest with you? I want to be honest with you guys. Okay? I want to be honest. That's my mindset. But that's what happens. And a lot of us as Jets fans, we feel that energy. We're putting that out there. So that is going to be our result.
And I'm not going to condone it at all.
No.
I'm not.
No. Don't condone it.
I'm not a Jets fan at all.
I'm
a Joe fan. I'm not a Jets fan.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But I want to put that out there that I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I'm not. All right. I'm sorry. All right. Number 3. You got to tell your partner how you feel. Now, there's 2 parts to this, right? Telling your partner how you feel comes into play in 2 ways. You have to be willing to tell your partner how you feel because your partner's not a mind reader.
Well, let's back up.
All right, come on in. Come on in. Welcome to the party.
Let's back up.
Let's go.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I'm joking when I talk about you not being a Jets fan. I want you not to be a Jets fan, okay? Right. But I really mean it in my heart. So the way I'm saying it is like a joke. And they say behind every joke is a little bit of seriousness to it.
Right.
But baby, I'm so serious. Okay? And I love you so much.
Oh, man.
I love you so much, and that's why we should back up a little bit on the Jets.
But the compromise, the thing is, I love you so much, and the compromise that I'm willing to make is that I'm not going to watch any more games. I'm going to look at scores.
Okay.
I'm going to look at highlights. But I am being real with myself that watching a game, doesn't get me paid unless I'm betting. And I'm not going to bet on the Jets. And if I don't bet on the Jets, that's going to hurt me in my heart because I'm betting against my own team. So I won't do that. But the second thing is, right, besides it doesn't benefit me, is that it actually hurts me.
Right.
Okay, there's a difference. Something not benefiting you, either way, that's one thing. But it's hurting me. It's hindering me because that energy that it puts me in that state of mind, it's not good.
Okay, so you're not going to watch any more games now.
I'm not.
Okay, I'm going to definitely get back to you guys, and I'm going to tell you if that's a true statement.
I'm not going to watch some games.
Okay, so does that mean you're truly a Jets fan?
Yes. Yes, because
but you're not going to watch any of the games?
Because I have a lot better things to do with my time. There's people I should be helping, things I should be doing, right? And if I'm in that state, I can't be my best version of myself. I already know it. It's no different than if someone is going through alcoholism, right? Alcoholic, you don't put them in a bar.
Right.
You don't put them in that setting, right?
I agree with that.
And that's how I feel. I'm not alcoholic, but what I'm saying to you is in this manner with the Jets, they get me to a state that is not nice. And I don't like that.
So how about we say that you're not a Jets fan anymore?
No, that's a lie, though. I'm not lying. I am a Jets fan.
Okay.
Right? Just because I don't watch them doesn't mean I'm not rooting for them, cheering for them, loving them.
Pray for me, guys. Please pray for me.
So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, go to...
I digress again. 4. I apologize. I'm at number 4. All right, number 4. All right, number 3 was tell your partner, be real. Oh, the other aspect of that before I move on to number 4 is you have to, as the partner, okay, be welcoming in to accepting the statements from your other partner. So if your partner says, hey, listen, I really feel a little uncomfortable when you do X, Y, and Z, If your mood and your response is, really, why you feeling like that? What's going on? I don't understand. Like, come on, get over yourself. They're not going to want to come to you with anything else. Right? So you got to understand that. So it's not that you have to agree, but there's a way that you can be welcoming to say, okay, you know what? I received that. I appreciate that you feel comfortable enough to come to me with that. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you feel like that. Right? And how many times do you see a person go off, oh, nah, I ain't even talking, what? You know, because some people in a relationship can mistake friendliness for flirtatiousness. Right?
So he's very friendly.
I ain't that. What? No, not.
He's
Man, you telling a lie on that one. I'll put that out there. I'm a nice guy. But, you know, okay, let's just get into it, right?
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay that he's very friendly.
I'm okay that you okay with it, but I'm not okay that you saying I'm really.
But you know
what? I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, let's go back.
I'm sorry. I'm retracting on what I just said.
Go ahead.
I received that.
Receive it.
I received that. All right, you know, so I received it.
But you know what? You don't have to be friendly. Okay? Tell me what happened just yesterday.
I was just about to do that.
Yeah,
so,
let's go ahead. Let's tell me what happened yesterday.
So we're in beautiful Atlantic City. We're staying at the flagship. You know, shout out to Roxanne.
Miss and ours, Roxanne.
One of our great friends, also the godmother of our daughter Victory. We were at the Atlantic City Fashion Show. Shout out to Lamont and Gina.
Woo! Congratulations.
21st season.
Yes.
Atlantic City Fashion Show. We are representing the Legacy Exists, the Joe Frazier Scholarship Fund, which if you don't already know, bang, bang, boom.
Yeah, we have t-shirts. We have the t-shirts for sale.
LegacyExist.com. Go donate any dollar amount.
Needs to go back. It goes back to the kids.
It goes back to the kids. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It all full circle. Right? It's full circle. But where was I going with it, babe? Help me out.
We were at
Atlantic City, right? Hard Rock, right? Miss was having fun doing her gambling, right?
Well, you don't have to say that I was playing.
Oh, she's playing games.
What you say is how you say it.
Oh, she was playing games.
I was playing on the machine.
Playing on the machine. Playing on the machine. See, we don't rehearse this stuff, right? So she was playing on the machine. I was chilling. I was chilling in the lounge with my brother-in-law Gary, and we're just sitting there talking, you know, shooting it, and this woman comes up and she's like, "Hey, you know, I really, you know, I'd love to get to know you and talk to you, you know, but if you're married, now keep in mind I got my hands right here on the table, you know, the ring's here, there's lighting shining right on it, and she's like, I really like to get to know you, you know, if you're not married, of course," and I'm like, you know, so I'm like, bang, ding bong. So she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm so sorry, No, I appreciate it." She's like, "You just have a nice smile. I really, you know." So I say that to say, you know, I wasn't friendly with her. I wasn't mean. I wasn't, you know, but I wasn't welcoming that conversation, right? You know, because there's no need to. Like, it's not worth it, you know. So that's why what's the wrong with the rebuking? I guess you can say that, right? Well, I'm not agreeing with your statement that I've heard from.
Well, you're right, but let's go to the security part. So maybe about 5 minutes later, I come in, and he explained to me what happened. The lady was still there, you know. He pointed her out.
Right.
I didn't say anything. I didn't go up to her and say, "Oh, why you say something?"
Right.
You know, because I'm secure in my spot.
Yes.
You know, and 100%. Things happen similar. In reverse, and he's not going up to the guy and saying, "Oh yeah, well you did this and you did that," because he's secure in his spot, and that's what it's about,
right? And that is really it's about. But again, to reiterate, I keep going back to the foundation that we built in the beginning, which is establishing respect, trust, and an understanding of communication. So again, that's my biggest 3 C's: clarity. You got to have clarity in your relationship to who you guys are and how you prefer to do things. That will help you better communicate moving forward. Right. If you don't have effective communication, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And having that effective communication and that clarity will ultimately lead into confidence. Extreme, endless amounts of confidence in your relationship.
I hope you're confident.
No, I'm confident.
I am.
I'm confident.
Yeah,
I'm 100% confident. And she knows how to make me confident. She's always complimenting me, and we do the same. That is what it is. We are best friends in a relationship. Spiritually married before we were physically married, and that's just what it is. All right, so moving forward. So that was tell your partner how you feel. Your partner's not a mind reader, and your partner needs to be welcoming and accepting that feedback that their partner is giving to them. Number
Who's
5.
that laughing on you?
What was that, Mama? Mama Shay Hatch. Shout out to Shay Hatch. My mom's, her mom-in-law, spiritual reader, gifted. Salute you. Love you. Now, back to this. Number 6. Number 5, number 6. I think we had number 6, number 5, number 4, number 5, number 5.
I think it was at number 5,
I think it's number 4. Anyways, we're going to figure it out. But the next number is focus on a positive attitude. Right? That positive energy has to flow.
Right.
I'm not going back to JETS, but I don't have a positive aspect when it comes to that. But you have to have a positive aspect and attitude when it comes to your relationships. Why? It's number 5. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate it.
at the end of the day, you got to have a positive, a positive attitude. That energy flows through you. I'm telling you, your past experiences are your past experience for a reason. It's helped mold you and shape you to where you are, but it might not help you get you where you need to get to. Right? So you have to leave it behind you, figure out what's caused it, fix it, address it, but keep moving forward, knowing that everything else moving forward is always working in your favor. All right. Number 6, build on your strengths. We all have strengths that we do very well. Okay.
And you really have strength because you are strong. You're so strong.
Yep. Where you going? I don't know what's happening. But anyway, I'm setting the tone. Not cutting the live off, right? Anyway, see, that's what you do. I wasn't gonna go there like that. But build your strength, okay? Build on your strengths because we all have strengths. So it doesn't mean you negate or neglect, I should say, your weaknesses, but focus on building that strength because what you're trying to do in the strength building process is continue to build your confidence.
Right.
Right. The more confidence you get, the more clarity, and you're able to move forward faster. You ever notice anything you do when you're confident in doing it, you can do it with ease. You can do it with speed, right? Success loves speed.
Yeah. And tell them about what happened to us when we first met.
How about you tell them what happened to us? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we got engaged in 1 year.
Right.
We bought a house.
Right. The baby.
We got married.
Right.
That was all fast.
Fast. Within about a year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Yep.
And now we're going on 3 years.
House fully furnished in about 2 hours after getting the house. Thanks to Miss Frazier over here. I didn't know nothing about it. Just came in. The house had everything set up.
That's
I'm
what
like,
bosses do. That's what we do. We get it done.
Boss lady here, 100% for sure. You know, I'm more of a laid back.
Thank you, God.
I like to be laid back, kind of calculated, think, analyze, assess.
During a pandemic too, by the way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, furniture shouldn't even get here that fast in the pandemic. I mean, who she know in China? Who she know in other places that I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I just accept it. You know, God brings people in your life for a reason. All right.
Okay.
I say Giants win. That's irrelevant. You know, that's irrelevant. That's one win. I salute you.
Don't
okay?
shoot him while he's
You're triggering me now. You're triggering me. I'm going back to the Jets, and I didn't want to go back.
We should do a live on triggers.
Triggers. Oh, that's going to be the next one. Triggers.
We definitely should do
You
a
already
live
know
on
mine. But that's how it works. When you're confident in all that you do and you have confidence in a relationship, you can move with speed, you can move with clarity, and you can just move forward. And then good things happen to you, right? So, all right. So we're going to go to the next one. This is a huge one. Huge one, right? She's being rude back there. Huge.
Is this the last one?
Right. No, it's not the last one.
Oh.
Stop comparing yourself to others.
That's a good one, baby.
All right, let me repeat that.
That's a
Stop
good one.
comparing yourself to others. Stop it. All right, let me cut this up because somebody called. Let me get out there. All right, stop comparing yourself to others. I don't have to tell you why, but I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't do you any good. And the reason I'm telling you that is because you're comparing apples to oranges. No, I'm not, Joe. They're in my same position. They're in my same career. They're in the same relationship, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't have all the information. You're looking at somebody who's been in a relationship for 30 years. And you see him on vacation. You see him here. You see him there. You're like, wow. Okay, well, the other 17 out of the 30 years, they've been fighting. They've been arguing. They've been going through a whole bunch of stuff that you probably, if they told you went through, you probably say, I'm not signing up for that.
Right.
All right? Go back to the story of Joseph in the Bible. If God told Joseph he had to go thrown into the pit by his people and then put into the prison at the palace and then going from the palace to the prison to the palace, getting accused, right? By the woman, by the Pharaoh's wife, didn't even do it. He's like, I'm good, God. I know where you're saying I'm going to end up, but if I got to go through all that, I'm going to just stay where I'm at with this nice jacket, okay?
Right.
So, what I'm saying to you is stop comparing yourself. Social media is not the problem.
Yes, you could be anything you want on social media.
Right.
Anything.
And that's cool. Like, let it be what it is, right? But social media is not the problem. How you view it and what you're looking at is the problem. Because you can easily unfollow somebody if you feel some type of way. Which you should, I'm not going to say you shouldn't, but you do want to change your mindset on how you're feeling some type of way about somebody, because if you don't want to be excited for someone else's success, why do you think God gonna bless you?
Right.
With something, right? So that's another topic in itself. But just the fact that you may not be at that point, where I'm not at that point with the Jets, where I can accept the losing.
Yeah.
You may need to stay away.
Thank God. Thank God. It took a long time.
Yeah, you may need to stay away.
Yeah.
Right? Just real
not
talk.
Watch the games.
You know, not watch the games, not look at or follow that person.
Not look at the
stay off the channel. But you control what you're seeing on social media.
Yourself a Jets fan.
Right? I think somebody talking about it, but I don't know what's happening. So you may, right, not need to follow that person. But you can control everything you're following. My social media, I try to keep it with people who are faith-based, talking good finances, talking about family, fun, fitness, because those are my core. That's my ideal week. Everything I want to get into my ideal week centers around those things. So I'm following people who are able to help me get to the best version of myself in those areas. Right? Now, if you sitting there as a guy or a girl at this point and following chicks with big butts and big bodies and all that stuff like that, and that's where your energy's going, right? You know, if you're looking at someone,
there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're into.
Yeah, if you like,
but that's what you're gonna get.
Right.
In return, what you watch is what you receive.
Right.
You know, whether you realize it or not.
And if you're not specific, and that's the only thing you're looking at, then you're going to get exactly that. But then you're going to get somebody who is not for you, who's cheating, who's running around because all you is focused on is the body. Right? You didn't ask God, or you wasn't putting it out there that I wanted a loyal, trustworthy man or woman who's a great family person. You weren't specific. You're like, dang, I see this. That's what I want. That's in my heart. That's what I'm attracting. But negating everything else.
Right.
Right? So stop comparing yourself. You know, and you know yourself. Like, everybody's different. There is no one size fits all in anything. In anything. So if you're trying to do a one size fits all and looking at everybody else, that's how you're going to fail, because you were wonderfully and uniquely made.
Like, I hope the shirt, one size fit all.
Yeah,
I can't fit it. I need it a little bit.
You fit it very well, man.
Oh, thank you.
You fit it very well.
I know it's an extra medium.
So stop comparing yourself. You know, and you know where you're at in your life. Nobody needs to tell you. I'm not telling you got to come out and tell everybody where you're at. But if something's not working for you and you feel like you're not able to follow someone or look at something, then don't do it.
Right.
Like, but work on yourself in the process to help you to get to that point, because it's kind of like what I talk about with bullying. I don't try to tell my kids or guard them against bullying. I try to tell them how to handle it and how to overcome it, because bullying is not going to go away. Social media is not going to go away. Seeing people be successful and things happening, whether they're telling the truth or not, that's none of your business.
Right.
You have no control over that. But how you react, what energy you put out there to that is what you can control. Your attitude and your effort. Those are things you can control. All right. And then the last thing, I think I gave you 8, but it's 7, whatever the case is. But this last thing is very important, because this is where a lot of us, especially when it comes to the spiritual realm or religion, this is where a lot of us go to fault, because we feel like God is the only answer that He wants you to receive. And this is where I'm going. And God is the main answer. You should receive Him first. But God has positioned people who can help you, right, in every aspect of your life if you seek their help. And that's the last one, which is talk to a professional. If you're at a point where you're talking to God, you're with a spouse, and you just still can't overcome this, seek help.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's why God's put us on the planet. We all have a mission. We all have a purpose. So you not seeking help from someone else is really negating their purpose.
Right.
Right? And before you seek the help, yes, you should seek God as to who you should get help from.
Right.
But you do need to get help. Right? I've seen therapists. I've done that stuff, not with the Jets, but I've seen therapists for reasons, you know, past relationships, stuff like that, just to be open.
I think you might need it with the Jets.
Right, I might need it.
Yeah.
But, you know, and whatever you want to call it a coach. If you don't want to call it a therapist or a counselor, I don't care what you call it.
Yeah, but
get
it's
the help.
important. It's definitely important. 100%.
Right. Right. And you can say, hey, listen, the way society is built, the way things are happening, when you say that you're seeking therapy, whatever, people think something's wrong. Okay, tell them thank you for sharing.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, right, do you rather care what they think or would you rather get better?
Right.
Right? Because you're only going to get either bitter because you didn't get the help and you think about what other people think about you, and because you didn't get the help, they're still going to talk about you because you're still not getting the help.
Right.
Or you can get better and get the help and let them talk about you, but then they can next talk about how you've made strides.
Right.
Okay? Then at that point, they're going to say, oh, well, he think he better. He think he... Okay. When people start saying you think you're better, and oh, because he's here and there, you know you're making moves.
Right.
Right? You know you're elevating your game. So seek the help. So I'm going to recap it. Stop assuming that the insecurity is your fault and or your partner's fault. Approach it with curiosity. Figure out where it's coming from. Dig deep. Look into your past. Not to dwell on it. Not to be sick about it or to be depressed about it. But seeking answers on how you can get better. Tell your partner how you feel. And make sure your partner understands that it's important that they receive it in a way that you feel comfortable in telling them more stuff. And if they hit you with, oh, well, I didn't feel like, wait, that's not true. Say, listen, I'm not saying, I'm just telling you how I feel. I want you to be able to really receive that. Please. All right. Focus on the positive aspects and focus on positive attitude. Build on your strengths. Figure out what you're good at and build upon that so you can get more confidence. Stop comparing yourself. Come on. Social media, all that stuff. Stop comparing. And then talk to a professional. Ask God first who you should be talking to. But then once he gives you the answer, be obedient. Be fast. Make a move. And then go seek the help.
You have to make the move.
You got to make that move.
To get better.
You got to make that move. So I'm hoping that helps somebody out there. If any questions, any comments, I see some coming in that's in by itself. Yes, Sharon, you're right. I know you were talking about, I hit the diet. Chelsea, good job. I would say diet. Listen, make it a lifestyle. If you don't know, I am on a 40-day fast. I'm doing it on a spiritual aspect. Right, it's something I felt God called me to do. I do one meal a day.
And baby, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing an amazing job too.
I appreciate you. I really appreciate you.
Too.
Big supporter. She cooks, right? She cooks right for me. She makes sure I have my shake. I can do shakes and soup, stuff like that. You know, but that's another reason I can't watch the game because I'm on one meal, and I don't usually eat it until like 5 or 6. So to see them perform I'm sorry, I'm going back. Okay? I'm going back. This is my free therapy. Let me get it in. To see them perform how they did today, after all the build-up, right? And all that, and not have a meal behind you, it ain't good. But I've done so much work on myself. That's why I'm proud of myself with that. To know, listen, you got to cut that out. You got to cut that out. That's up there with cakes and sweets. I got to cut it out. Ain't none of it good for my health. Cakes, sweets, and Jets. Can't do it. Can't do it. I can't even do the Jets in moderation, right? Cakes and sweets, I can do in moderation. Jets, I can't. It's too much pain. People, you feel this in my heart when I'm telling you. All right. So I digress. I got that out.
You got it out.
Yes. But that's
good. Would you like some water?
I got my water here. You drink your wine that you got there. Nah, it's water. I But yes, I'm hoping that bless somebody here today. I'm hoping that change somebody's lives. Because I know insecurities are real. We're all going to go through it.
Yeah.
You know, we have 4 beautiful daughters, all 4 different personalities, all beautiful, smart, intelligent. But we all got our insecurities. So I have to learn not only how to deal with mine, but more importantly, if they can see how I'm dealing with mine, which today was a setback because I did yell a little bit in front of my 2 daughters during a Jets game.
Yeah.
It was a setback.
Yeah, it was.
But I'm acknowledging that. I'm acknowledging that.
Okay.
So... But they're going to see how I do things. They're going to see how Miss does things.
And I'm going to start going to the gym. Right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to record that too. Okay. Along with the Jets. All right. And we're both going to be on the table here. So, but that's all I got. I just wanted to share that message that was on my heart. That was on this heart. We said, what are we going to talk about? We always try to think of things to talk about.
And none of this is rehearsed. This is just.
It's just us.
This is us.
It's just us. It's experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
And
We
that's
choose.
what makes it fun.
Right.
For me.
We choose to take. Yeah, it makes it fun for me too. We choose to take our experiences and use them to better ourselves, but also share and be real with you on how
And
maybe
better
you don't
other
have to do it.
people, too.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what a mentor does. He takes his or her experiences, molds it, shapes it, puts it into a program to help you out so you don't have to go through the same stuff he or she went through.
And I hope you guys appreciate it.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope you do too. But if you don't, there's nothing we can do about that. Right? Control what you can control. That's a great example. If you
Well,
don't,
I know Shay Hatch enjoys it.
yeah,
and
she
she
definitely enjoys
appreciates
it.
us.
Right. You know, you enabled it too because I couldn't get on. Right? I couldn't get on my phone to see the game, so I had to call you to get on the game. Right? And you let me watch it. Not blaming you, but I'm saying you enabled me. Okay? But I still love you. But I'm not calling you no more for that. I'm going to call you just to say I love you, and that's it. You know. But that's all we got. We love you guys. We appreciate you hopping on. Again, we hope that this blessed you as we continue to be blessed. We want to be a blessing to other people. That's why we're here. Go check out our YouTube channel, The Frasers. We will have some more content uploaded on there. Just all real stuff from our lives. To everybody loves to see Baby Victory, who always steals the show.
Oh, tell me about Baby Victory. What happened yesterday?
Baby Victory is close to walking at 9 months.
Yes.
She did take her first step. She is there. You know, all of her sisters are very supportive and loving of her. And that's what makes it really, really cool. We are a blessed and blended family who all come together. But you wouldn't know the difference because there is no difference.
Yeah, I've been spiritually married for him forever.
Right. Yeah. And if you haven't heard the story, she married me before I even knew her. She was literally walking around at a dance floor dancing with an imaginary guy, which was me. Right? And I'm out there feeling bad because I feel like I'm cheating. I didn't even know she was married to me. I had an imaginary ring on, and I'm out there not even knowing who my wife is. But she talked me up. She wrote it down. She put energy to it. She spoke it into existence. And bam!
Bam!
I'm here.
Got stomach.
We ain't playing no games, you know. But, all right, recap. We gave you the insecurities on how to overcome that. We talked about Mrs. Stomach. We talked about Joe's drama with the Jets. Mrs. vowed to go to the gym. I vowed not to watch another Jets game this year unless it's highlights or recaps or scores. That's what I'm committing to. That is my fast, right? It's not 40 days. It's probably going to be 40 years. I'm not going to put that out there because they're going to win something before that. I don't know if I'm going to let my kids be Jets fans right now until I see a difference.
Trust me, I'm not going to let it happen.
I have to see a difference, you know. We talked about that too. Don't just go by people's words. You got to go by their actions.
Yes.
And the actions of the New York Jets, ladies and gentlemen, have
and I'm going to let you know his
atrocious.
actions to see if he watches the game.
I'm not going to do it because I do value my family. I do value my work. I do value my purpose a lot more than I value the New York Jets. But they are up there, though. I'm telling you, I love them, man. I love the Jets. But they don't love me.
They don't love you, baby.
You know, you can't hurt somebody like that the way you love them. Now, I understand they aren't trying to lose. They're professionals. Everybody's a professional here. But you can pay a lot of money, man, to be losing like that.
Yeah.
And I understand. Like, I come from that world that money doesn't matter. It ain't like they're trying to lose. I get it. I'm just venting, okay?
Yeah.
Please, even if you're not a Jets fan, just send a prayer out that the Jets can make the playoffs, go deep in the playoffs, and just give us more hope. I got the faith. You know, I just don't understand. I've taken enough time of this live talking about the Jets. I'm not going to apologize for it, but I'm just going to say I appreciate you hearing me out because it means a lot. All right. I love you guys. To the next one. Again, send us any messages, Facebook, Instagram, comment on YouTube, anything you want to hear from us moving forward on these talks.
Also,
it's all
Legacy Exists.
www.thelegacyexist.com. We got t-shirts. All going back to the kids. The money is to help the kids. Scholarships, sneakers, clothes, book bags, everything.